Bill, good afternoon and welcome to Highbury. The two teams going through their pre-match formalities, and a fantastic show of support from the capacity crowd of over 41,000 here at Highbury for the Football Against Racism campaign. The players, as Sven-Göran Eriksson watches on, all warmed up in t-shirts with Football Against Racism on those shirts, and the crowd certainly playing their part here at Highbury. Let's take a look at the two 11s. Arsene Wenger, of course, had 15 players away on international duty last week. Freddie Ljungberg picked up a hamstring injury while away with Sweden. He won't play today. Gilberto Silva also injured. Edu has been left out after his long-haul trip from Brazil. Cole and Pires are back after being rested in the match against Charlton. Now, Aston Villa, they have Juan Pablo Angel and Alberto Solano on the bench today due to their late return from South Africa only last night. Ulysses de la Cruz is in the team. Thomas Sorensen is out with a back problem. Stefan Posma makes his first start of the season, of all places, here at Highbury. Carlton Cole partners Darius Vassell in attack. Aston Villa, by the way, 9-1 with the bookmakers this morning to win here, with the David O'Leary angle, of course, over 720 games for Arsenal. Maybe today is the day. This run will have to come to an end sometime, but most people around here talking about, well, 49 not out. They will have a crack at 50 if they get through unbeaten today, and that match will be at Old Trafford of all places, as David O'Leary and Arsene Wenger greet each other before the kick-off. Liam Brady here with me. Liam, 48 not out. Will it be 49?
Well, it ought to be, Dara, but the club has had quite a disrupted week this week. I suppose Villa could say the same, but I know the manager just had one training session before this game in practically 2 weeks, and it's not the ideal preparation. So I'd be a little bit scared that that might have some sort of an effect. The players have had to travel long and far. You know, the French boys, Vieira, Pires and Henry, we know well, were in Cyprus. They had a very tough game against us last Saturday. So, you know, how are they going to react to that kind of preparation? That's the thing that puts a little bit of doubt in my mind. Dave O'Leary's team usually organised very well. On the day, they can beat a team like Arsenal. But, you know, Ray said it and John said it, you have to really go with the home team today.
Absolutely. Well, they are the firm favourites. Graham Paul is the referee here at Highbury. Dull and overcast afternoon. Real autumn feel to the weather conditions in North London, but thankfully dry. A lot of rain earlier on today, and we may have one or two showers before the afternoon is out. Roy Aitken, the Villa assistant coach, joking with some of the press yesterday, said he wrote to the Premier League to ask if he could play two goalkeepers here. He has a Posma in for his first start of the season with Sorensen out injured, and it's a big task ahead of them, but you just don't know. This run, as we mentioned, will end at some stage, and Villa will feel, well, why not today? Lauren getting forward for Arsenal, starting, as you'd expect, in a positive fashion. That's Mellberg and Pires. Mellberg, the Villa captain, putting both ball and man out of play. And illegally so, according to the referee. So a free kick to Arsenal. Bergkamp standing over it. Campbell heading forward with Toure. Bergkamp taking his time. Referee is happy. Free kick on the way. Oh, Sol Campbell, a free header. And the goalkeeper has been fouled in there, Posma. But what a start. The marking absolutely shocking.
Well, it was a great ball by Bergkamp. Bent into the far post. Hard one for the goalkeeper to come and get. And Sol Campbell gets a really good firm header on it, and he'll be very disappointed he hasn't opened the scoring here this afternoon with that. That's a real good chance for Sol Campbell. Great ball in from Bergkamp, and as you said, the marking was non-existent.
Nearly took the crossbar off as well, Campbell. So Arsenal starting very brightly and continuing that now with Henry. Reyes just behind him, now in front. De la Cruz is closest to it. Fabregas. Fabulous pass. Lauren. Pires. Reyes. Fabregas indeed. Lauren. No foul there. Lauren went to ground, and Carlton Cole getting in behind Toure, but he's very little support. Vassell arriving. Barry is over on the far side. Cole goes himself. Don't know whether that was a shot, but it finds Lee Hendry. Hendry! Oh, what a start for Aston Villa! Lee Hendry with his second goal of the season against the run of play, and Aston Villa lead against Arsenal at Highbury.
Well, it was a good finish for Lee Hendry, but the Arsenal players are complaining. They felt that Lauren had been fouled down in the corner on the right-hand side earlier on. Cole broke, hit a wayward shot, ended up with Hendry, and he's bent it with the inside of his left foot. There's Cole's wayward shot, ends up quite a good ball to Hendry, takes it forward, and bends it into the far corner, and beats Lehman. It's a good finish from the young lad. Arsenal feel a little bit aggrieved, Dara. I don't know whether you noticed.
Yeah.
Lauren played a 1-2 with Fabregas. When he went to receive the second ball, he was body checked, but the referee waved play on, and Villa have scored from that.
Well, it's the first time in the Premiership this season that Arsenal have conceded the first goal in a contest. And what a start for Aston Villa, but indeed that challenge, as Liam mentioned, on Lauren, and the body check. The Arsenal players furious about it. We'll hear more about it and perhaps get a chance to see it in the next few minutes. But Lee Hendry with his second goal of the season, and he wheeled away down to the Aston Villa supporters. Not the opening Wenger wanted, and they'd made such a positive start with Campbell hitting the woodwork. Here's Vieira and Lauren. Pires. J. Lloyd Samuel, his marker. Lauren. Patrick Vieira. Fabregas. To Reyes. Cole going on the overlap. Reyes doesn't need him on the right boot. And Bergkamp couldn't hit the target. A difficult chance for the Dutchman, albeit.
Well, it was something similar, I think, to the Villa goal. Again, a miss-hit from Reyes. I think he's going for goal here, Dara. Miss-hit it. Ends up quite a good cross for Bergkamp, and he's only 7 yards out, but he can't turn quickly enough to direct it on target. You know, they say goals change games. Well, Villa have something to hang on to now, and I expect Villa to be very robust in defending this goal. But Arsenal look to be playing very well.
Well, they're moving freely. Here's Henry taking on Delaney, and Mellberg with the header away. Samuel will try to complete the clearance, moved it away from the goal. Penalised for that challenge on Barry, which was clumsy. Here it is once more.
Yeah, late challenge from Lauren. Lucky really not to get a yellow card for that. He was quite late. He's caught Gareth Barry just underneath the kneecap, and he's not the kind of lad who really stays down too long, Gareth Barry, so he must have a nasty one there, Dara.
Of course, Gareth Barry, a consideration for Ericsson as a left-sided option, but a long time since his last cap. He was capped 6 years ago by England, and has been in and out of the Villa team. It doesn't look the happiest at the moment. Certainly Lauren did hit him hard. No, I think he's gone. There's the signal from the physio that Gareth Barry is going to have to come off, and David O'Leary will have to make a change, and that's a blow to Villa.
Well, it'll probably be Solano, I would say. Just taking a guess, Dara, Solano maybe, and switch Henry from...
Toure been put under pressure that time. Here's Cole. Held up by Lauren, and Lauren not good there. Here's Cole. Lauren got a foot in on that, and Toure eventually able to clear, but Lauren is falling asleep there for Arsenal. Villa on the attack again with Samuel. Taking Pires out of it. Now Cole. Fabregas with the challenge. Arsenal able to deal with it. Now Pires. Henry is onside, but Postma read the danger. Samuel. Vassell and Cole. Villa throw it.
Well, it looks like Whittingham, doesn't it? It's coming on. He's a left. I think he's a left-footed player, Dara. So it's straight left for a left. No altering positions.
I think when you look at Solano and Angel, we may see them before the afternoon is out. But Gareth Barry really in trouble there. Only returned from international duty from South America last night. David O'Leary has obviously decided can't take the risk at this early stage with the two of them.
Henry, Delaney, Hendry, and that's Dela Cruz. Campbell now picking up Cole. Foul. Free kick Arsenal. There's a very sad sight. Barry is going to need the stretcher to get across to the changing rooms, which are over on the other side of Highbury. Cole. Ashley Cole. Reyes. Hendry and Dela Cruz tried to stop him. Kolo Touré. Bergkamp. Fabregas. Another beautiful pass to bring Pires in. Henry is in there. Reyes making a move too. Pires taking his time. Here's Reyes. Always going wide. But he had some space there.
Yeah, another fine move from Arsenal. Great ball from Fabregas. We don't see that. Ends up with Pires. Reyes tries a quick turn in the area and tries to bend it in into the far corner with his left foot. Well, certainly it looks like Arsenal can create chances here, but they don't want to make sure they don't concede down the other end, where Cole and Vassell look particularly lively.
There's Cole again. Vassell. Cole somehow gets it back. Vassell. Pete Whittingham, the Villa substitute. Whittingham! Oh! That was so close, and on his right foot as well. And Arsenal could be two down here.
Well, it's a very open game, isn't it, Dara? Could be 2-2 the scoreline. Bergkamp and Campbell could have had a goal apiece, and Whittingham wasn't very far away there.
Last time Villa won here, 92-93, when Guy Whittingham was one of the scorers. Andy Townsend was the other. Tell you how long ago it was. Here's Bergkamp. Hitzelsberger, poor challenge. There was no challenge. Bergkamp still going. Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal. Vieira's in there. Penalty. No. Well, the referee appeared to point at the penalty spot. Vieira went over. Seemed to be tumbled down by Postma, the goalkeeper, but it's a free kick to Aston Villa.
Well, I wasn't too sure what happened there, Dara, unless when Bergkamp made that last touch that Vieira had wandered into an offside position. But I didn't see any fouling going on. Bergkamp, terrific dribble in the box. Now the ball breaks to him again. Vieira nips in. I didn't see anything wrong with that, really. But unless the linesman on this side flagged for offside.
Well, again, a replay of what the referee was doing would be most interesting. He clearly seemed to point towards the penalty spot. Anyway, it remains Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 1. Vieira foul.
Amazing how lenient the referees have been this season, Dara, hasn't it? Now that, for the last 5 seasons, would have been a yellow card, and so would have Lawrence's tackle on Gareth Barry. But now they seem to be intent on letting the players maybe commit 2 or 3 bad challenges before they go on the book.
I think you could see Paul, the referee, saying to Campbell, next time it's a card, but Hitzelsberger, it's a contact sport, certainly. He's never afraid to put it about. Here's Pires. Hitzelsberger in again, both missed it. McCann, Can.
Terrific game, Dara, though, isn't it?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Really open, both teams trying to play.
Fabregas to Henry. Reyes making a good run. It goes through to Bergkamp instead. Vieira! Good stop by the goalkeeper. Another chance, and Villa keep it out again.
What a move. What a great move. Great ball from Fabregas to Henry. Henry slots Bergkamp in. Practically one-touch football, and Patrick Vieira should have scored there. And he's hit it more or less straight at the goalkeeper. Postma stuck a leg out.
Won't do his confidence any harm, the Villa goalkeeper. Here's Ashley Cole. It was just too strong for Kolo Touré. But what an opening we've had. 13 minutes of action, just over. We've had 1 goal. We could have had several more.
Well, you have to strike while the iron's hot, Darren. It can be a little bit... This is the goal from Hendry again. Finds the corner.
Nice finish. Now Cole with a flick on. He's really causing Arsenal problems, drifting out to the wing there alongside Lauren. Here's Vassell. Vieira got the foot in. Cole has it once more. Whittingham. Vassell breaks clear and back to the Arsenal keeper. Reyes. It's still Reyes. That's McCann sliding in. Did well to win it back. Melbourne. And Campbell and Campbell and Cole. Campbell using his strength. He was fouled by Carlton Cole. And he really is causing difficulties for the Arsenal defence. Fabregas.
Yeah, as you say, Cole, he's a handful. It's a real heavyweight battle, that. Sol Campbell against Carlton Cole. 2 6'2" lads. They must weigh about 16 stone. Tremendous battle.
And here they go again, Cole and Campbell. Campbell fouled once more. Cole refusing just to move back the required yardage. Referee being a touch fussy.
Well, he's not the most popular guy at Highbury, Graham Paul. Down through the years, he's had a few problems here. I think probably most of the stadiums in the country feel that way about him.
Here's Vieira. Campbell. Henry. 7 goals in the Premiership he scored for Arsenal this season. Whittingham. Vassell chasing this down. Beats both Vassell and Touré. Campbell. Now, will Cole be booked? Yes, he will. 3rd, at least, time he's fouled Sol Campbell, and the referee deciding that it's time to take action. Needless card, really.
Well, it's persistent fouling, isn't it? You know, it's not a nasty challenge. It's just 1 foul too many from Cole. He has to be careful now.
Campbell. Reyes. Ashley Cole charging up outside him. Now he looks for Cole, and Cole has got clear. Cole! Another good stop by Postma. It was straight at him, in fairness. But Cole, Villa were worried about his runs forward, and he got free in the area. Villa attacking now with Hitzelsberger. All the way across to Hendry. Did well to get to the pitch of that first-time cross, but it goes nowhere. Was Hendry fouled? The assistant referee right beside him. Nothing wrong with the challenge. Vieira. Henry now drifting across. Here's Delaney. Sensible defending by the Welsh international. Had a tough week on his international duties with Wales. Henry. Oh, and Henry's still going. Delaney has gone with him. Now it's a penalty. Mark Delaney bringing down Thierry Henry, and no doubt about the gesture from the referee that time. Penalty.
Well, Henry skins Delaney here, doesn't he? And that's a really rash challenge. You know, he's never going to get the ball. You know, at least let Henry go on and see, does he make a mess of it? We've got Robert Pires taking it. Arsenal deserve to equalise here after the chances they've had. But they've missed a good few. Let's hope he can put this one away.
Well, Villa will be hoping that Postma could continue his decent start to this match and make another good save. Pires against Postma of Villa. It's 1-1. Pires with his 5th Premiership goal of the season. The Villa lead lasted just 16 minutes. Arsenal didn't panic at all, played some beautiful football, and they're level.
Yeah, Villa were living dangerously, had been living dangerously, Dara. Another good move, there he goes, Henry skins Delaney. Don't go for it there. You know, he's got defenders helping him up, supporting him. Surprised he didn't get a card either.
That's very true, actually. It was a brilliant penalty as well from Pires, and all the good work that David O'Leary's side put in the opening 18 minutes. Now they're back to where they started. And now Hendry being spoken to by the referee, just been told to keep quiet. Hitzelsberger will take this for Villa. Powerful shot on him, but maybe asking a bit much to beat Lehmann from here. Hitzelsberger whipping it in. Kolo Touré with the header. Indeed, it was Campbell who put it out of play.
Yeah, dangerous ball in again. It's important that the defenders don't back up too far on top of the goalkeeper there. And Campbell got a very good defensive header away.
Henry will take the corner. And that is very, very easy. And there's a possible break on here. Here comes Henry. Villa with 5 back. That was Melberg's challenge on Henry. A free kick and a card for the Aston Villa captain. For his troubles, they've 2 in the book now following Cole in. Carlton Cole. There's one way to stop a quick break anyway. Here comes Reyes for Arsenal. Samuel. Straight back out to where the ball came from. Reyes. Whittingham. And now Samuel. Space ahead, and also 3 teammates. Throw it off Lauren. Vassell. Lauren managed to get a foot in, and here's Bergkamp. Reyes. Again, they just tore forward. Henry leads the line at the minute. Hasn't gone through to it. Rare that Reyes gives the ball away in that situation. Now Bergkamp trying to win it back, putting pressure on Samuel. Hitzelsberger. Whittingham. Great pace to it. Vassell to McCann. Moves it wide to De La Cruz. McCann. Hendry. Really good challenge from Vieira, but it breaks for Whittingham. Having another go, came off Touré. De La Cruz. Cole. Ashley Cole stopping that move. And Arsenal looking comfortable again. De La Cruz, that's a terrible header. Henry. Reyes is to his right. De La Cruz trying to make up for his mistake. Beautiful ball to pick out Lauren. It's his cross, and that was a header from Reyes. Couldn't get it on target. Great approach play once more by the Premiership champions.
Well, Henry is really on fire. He's taking the game to Villa. He's running at them. The ball ends up from Henry out here to Lauren. It's a poor header from Reyes. If there's one player that started indifferently for Arsenal, it's Reyes. He's given the ball away a few times. His shots been a little bit off target, but Henry, certainly his partner up front, has been on fire.
Fabregas. Cole. Henry. Off Delaney. And Henry showing great determination. Thankfully, he wasn't allowed to be in this sort of form in Paris last Saturday. Here's Dennis Bergkamp. Delaney gets to it. Fabregas. And Henry, the space. And Dennis Bergkamp. And Samuel was in. Well, how many passes were involved in that move? Once more, champagne football from Arsenal. Villa still have it at 1-1, though.
Maybe one pass too many, Dara, I think. I think Henry should come in here or take him on and go and finish himself. I don't think Dennis expected a pass there from Thierry Henry. That was the problem.
Pires with the corner. Toure rising for it. Carlton Cole doing the defending. Danger not clear. Bergkamp. Postma struggling. That's Delaney's header. Pires. It's just relentless stuff from Arsenal. Reyes left it behind him again. Hasn't made his best start. Maybe he'll make a fool of me now. Here's Reyes. Hitzelsberger. Villa putting themselves under pressure now. Vieira's taken up a good position. Mellberg beats the opposing captain. Campbell.
I bet Villa are pleased to see that pass from Campbell. That was, as you say, relentless pressure for the last 5 minutes. They're hanging on a bit. And Sol Campbell, I think, gave them a little bit of a breather there by knocking that one waywardly out of play.
Pat Rice and Arsene Wenger deep in discussion. May 2003, this run stretches back to Leeds United, the last team to beat Arsenal in the league 48 games ago. Reyes. Lauren. Vieira. Fabregas. Going long. What a pass. Picking out Reyes. De La Cruz. Unfortunate. Reyes back in. Off Delaney. Villa are just hanging on at the moment. Nothing wrong with the challenge on Hitzelsberger. Vieira to Bergkamp. Oh, and he's given it away. We'll have another go. Vieira. Just sweet passing from Arsenal. Fabregas. Ashley Cole. Vieira. Patrick Vieira still going. Henry turns. It was for Pires. Just couldn't get it through. They do score many, many perfect goals, but they're searching for the perfect one here when perhaps something a little bit more straightforward would do.
I'll tell you who's playing well, Dara, for Arsenal is the youngster Fabregas in the middle of the park. His range of passing. You know, I've not seen it from a midfield player for a long, long time. He sprays the ball round, short and long.
Very nearly Lauren and Pires getting in each other's way.
You know, and he's really staking a claim to be Vieira's regular partner in the middle of the park.
Really taking his chance with Edu and Gilberto both out of the picture today. And making a big impression on this match. Dennis Bergkamp now. Henry. Melberg being pulled out of the middle. Here's Reyes, one-on-one. And Reyes will get it back. Bergkamp can't get to it. Samuel, just desperation defending from Villa. Hendry. Lehman out of his line. Had to play it. Why not? Always seems to want the ball. Fabregas. Reyes. Fouled by De La Cruz. Lauren. Bergkamp. Now Pires has gone forward and he's got free. Played through by Lauren. Henry and Reyes both there, missed them. Here's Vieira to have a go. Turns back inside. Vieira picks out Reyes. Good stop again by Postma. Cole to Fabregas. Is there a second goal coming? Lauren. Postma stays on his line. Delaney with the header. Hitzelsberger. It's passed him by, really. Fabregas. Bergkamp. Slide rule pass. Oh! They found space. Fabregas with the shot. Not enough power in it, though, to trouble the Dutchman in the Villa goal.
Yeah, didn't quite get hold of it, the youngster. But Reyes had a great chance a couple of minutes earlier than that. Again, hit it straight at the goalkeeper. I think Henry was very unhappy with him. He felt that he should have pulled it back. Perhaps we'll see that at half-time. But it's been chance after chance after chance for Arsenal. And if they can keep this kind of standard of play up, I think they're bound to go on to win the game. Now, famous last words.
This was the Reyes chance, Liam. Somehow Villa have managed to keep it at 1-1 for now. Lauren to Henry and Pires. That triangle working well for Arsenal. Henry, they're waiting for Lauren to get back on side. Pires. Reyes desperately tried to keep it in play but couldn't manage it. Just under a quarter of an hour to go to half-time. He's been extremely busy. Stefan Postma on his first start of the season for Aston Villa. Henry. Beautiful turn, wasn't it? Here's Reyes. Henry once more. Cole. Hendry charging out to try and close him down. Vieira adjusts to a foul. Ulysses De La Cruz takes the pressure off the visiting defence for the moment. Cole hasn't had as big an influence for Villa in the last 10-15 minutes, but they haven't been able to get the ball to him. They've had to defend all the time nearly. Pires. Lauren. Bergkamp to Vieira. Fabregas looking to get Reyes through. Ashley Cole takes it on. Challenged by McCann. Hendry to Cole. Vieira went down, committed himself too early. Vassell is there. Ashley Cole, card coming for the foul on Carlton Cole. No doubt in the referee's mind. We'll look at it again. Cole First Arsenal player to be booked today.
No, in fact, Vieira was a little bit lucky. A split second before that, I think he went to take Cole out as well. But Carlton Cole rode that challenge, but Ashley Cole, when he caught up with his namesake, just gave him a little bit of a trip, and there was a certain yellow card. He's been the problem for Arsenal, coping with him. Carlton Cole, he really is up for it this afternoon.
Hitzelsberger taking a pretty long run up to this. We have seen him in the past score spectacular goals from long range, and he's having a go, but the wall did its job. It came off Reyes. Goalkeeper can't stop it going out for the Aston Villa corner. Melberg has gone in there to join Cole. Delaney also there for Aston Villa. Arsenal with everybody back in their own penalty area. Hitzelsberger whips it in. Good take again, good confident take by Lehmann. And he's rolled it out to Reyes. And they move forward pretty quickly. Arsenal, Reyes will have to go all himself. Samuel is the last man for Villa. Reyes still trying to go, no penalty. He's furious and has a go. And Hendry, a real go. Now, I don't know whether there was a lot of contact there, but Hendry gone to ground as if he was headbutted by Reyes.
Well, for me, Hendry's totally out of order here. I think he's trying to get Reyes sent off. I think there was a bit of to and fro between them. I think when he was on the ground after Hendry went there, that could have been a penalty.
Absolutely.
Then Hendry said something to him. I think he even... And there Reyes just touched him with his head, and he goes over.
Well, no card for either man, I think, as you saw from the replay. There really was no contact at all, none to justify the sort of...
Reyes is stupid, Dara. He shouldn't get involved. He shouldn't get involved, especially with him. He has a track record of doing things like that.
And the crowd have been onto him already, the Arsenal fans here of Highbury, about an incident earlier in the match, but we play on. Reyes defending, and he was fouled by Cole. There's been an awful lot in this first half so far. There's still 10 minutes to go. Bergkamp. Whittingham. Vassell. Pushed by Toure, may have come up off his arm as well, Darius Vassell. Dela Cruz. For Cole. Finds Vassell. Fabregas back there, it's with Hendry. The boost for him continue. Whittingham. Hitzelsberger wants it on his left boot. He's gone down into it. Pires has continued on. And then slips. Hitzelsberger back to his feet. Here's Henry. Lauren. Lauren's cross blocked out by Samuel. Another lightning fast break from Arsenal. Hitzelsberger now getting the treatment from the Boo Boys here. Vieira. Oh, Bergkamp comes through to Thierry Henry. Delaney goes to ground. Here's McCann. Vassell has to hold it up. Cole has gone ahead of him. Hendry. And Vieira back helping out the defence. Anywhere will do from an Arsenal perspective. The delay is to allow Dela Cruz come forward. McCann. Only Whittingham on the back post for Villa. No real danger with that cross. That's out of play. Vieira. Henry. Oh, brilliant from Reyes, just to click through the gears. Reyes still going, is challenged by Delaney. Referee says he won the ball. Not so sure about that. We'll look at it once more. Delaney clears it, Fabregas fouls him. But Reyes really felt that challenge. Was it an illegal one? Card for Fabregas.
Paul is, I can lip read here, he's trying to say he got the ball. We shall see. It looked a foul from when we saw it, Dara. That's a foul, isn't it? You know, he's pointed to the ball, Delaney. You know, and Paul's fallen for it. It's a bad foul as well. Merited a yellow card in a dangerous position. I hope people don't think I'm too pro-Arsenal, Dara. But for me, that's all over a foul and perhaps a yellow card.
Well, Reyes certainly felt that it was a challenge from behind, and as you can see, there didn't appear to be a lot of contact with the football. Well, it's the referee who makes the calls. Delaney, a touch on the fortunate side, and so were Aston Villa, because that would have been a free kick just on the edge of the area. Reyes will be fit to continue. Tosma restarts the game. Vassell is his target, and Lauren taking no chances with his header. Vassell manages to get his cross in. Very important header from Ashley Cole. Hendry just about to pull the trigger behind him. Reyes. Bergkamp is who he's looking at, and also Henry through the middle. It'll come to Dennis Bergkamp. Again, it was straight at the goalkeeper. Somehow it's still 1-1. Bergkamp trying to rectify that straight away. Brilliant from Dennis Bergkamp. Henry in the centre. Delaney's header. Hitzelsberger. Awful clearance. Fabregas. Ashley Cole. Arsenal putting the pressure on again and keeping it there. Delaney. Fabregas. Now Lauren. Vieira. Villa with 10 behind the ball. Here's Henry. He's got turned. Again, it's at the keeper. Tosma keeping Aston Villa in this game, but Arsenal not helping themselves with shots straight at the goalkeeper. That's going to beat, and has beaten, Pires out of play.
Brilliant play from Dennis Bergkamp, wasn't it? Decides to hit it first time. Goalkeeper makes a good save. It's coming at him with a lot of pace. This is later on. Henry, central, hits the goalkeeper.
Pires. Fabregas. Now that's tidied up by Pires. Aston Villa, known as the draw specialists in the league so far this season. They've drawn 5 out of 8. They're hanging on for one here as we head towards half-time. Pires. Vassell. Delaney. McCann. Gets away from Vieira, but he's coming back at him. Here's Vassell. Hendry. All the way across towards Hitzelsberger. No support inside, or none that he could find anyway. Pires. Pires has been fouled. He's okay though.
We've seen a few of these. Yes. Oh, that's a better view of it, isn't it, really?
Kolo Toure. Vieira. Bergkamp. Fabregas has it. And now Pires. Not moving as freely as he would like, Robert Pires. Just trying to run off the effects of that McCann challenge. Campbell. Reyes. Dinks it forward for Bergkamp. Goal kick. So early in the game, remember when Sol Campbell hit the woodwork, seems an awful long time ago. Seen some great football, some great chances, and only 2 goals.
Well, you can always tell a good game, Dara, when the half seems to go very, very quickly. And we've only got a couple of minutes left now. We've got umpteen chances, as you say. Just wonder, can Arsenal keep this pace up?
Cole and Campbell missing it. Toure, Fabregas, Hitzelsberger. Handball not given against him. De La Cruz. It's De La Cruz who takes the throw in. Still unable to make it stick. Henry, Bergkamp. Too far, asking way too much of Henry. He's quick, but not that fast. J. Lloyd Samuel. Taking on Pires then. Pires got back at him strongly. Fabregas. Always seems to be available for a pass, and there at the breakdown. We're in the last minute of normal time at the end of what's been a super first half of football at Highbury. Bergkamp. Reyes. Again, the killer pass doesn't come off for Reyes. Vieira. Dennis Bergkamp. Now Reyes trying to get through the middle. Osman getting across quickly. It was just a little overhit anyway. Vieira. Lauren. Ashley Cole. Campbell. Reyes and De La Cruz. Now Whittingham taking up a good position. Toure. Nothing wrong with the challenge. Looked a bit on the dodgy side. Well read by Delaney.
Well, I think Toure was lucky to get away with that one. I thought that was a foul.
Lauren. Back to the safety of his goalkeeper. Toure. Fabregas. Ashley Cole looking for it over on the far side in an advanced position. They go through to Reyes, and now Henry. The flag is stayed down. This for 2-1. Oh, what a goal! To say it's been coming is a massive understatement. Henry, a beautiful finish, and Plusma eventually beaten. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 1 on the stroke of half-time.
Well, they just ripped them apart. With a pass in from deep in their own half. Fabregas starts it off again. You see the ball now finish up with Henry. It's a great through ball from Reyes. A fantastic finish. Finds the side netting on the far side. Then he's got now 8 this year.
Yeah. All in the Premiership as well. Great finish, and from this position that Arsenal are now in, is there any way that Aston Villa can stop them getting to 49 games unbeaten? Of course it's possible, but Arsenal scoring at a very, very good time, just on the stroke of the break.
Well, to be fair to Villa, they've looked quite dangerous when they've gone forward. They've looked unable to cope with Arsenal when Arsenal have attacked them. But having said that, they've looked quite dangerous. Arsenal got to be careful now not to do anything silly.
Well, while there's only a goal in it, of course, always hope for Aston Villa as they try and win on the road for the first time in the Premiership this season. But Arsenal had the shock of going behind 2 minutes into the match when Lee Hendrie scored. Fantastic goal it was too. The penalty from Pires levelled it up on 18, and Henry, after long periods of pressure, put Arsenal in front a minute into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Very tough for Aston Villa now. Arsenal's confidence always there. They've treated us to some fantastic football. We'll have analysis from Bill, from Ray, and also from John after. Well, here they are back now. And it's Thomas Hitzelsberger who is going off for Villa. And Davis comes in wearing number 24. Don't think Arsenal will be making any changes. No word of any at this stage, unless Pires and the knock he took before half-time was a little bit more serious than we thought, but he's back out. So it appears that Arsenal will be as selected for the second half. Stephen Davis, only his second appearance of the season for Aston Villa, both of them as a substitute. And the crowd here at half-time treated to a visit from a mad Arsenal fan, European Ryder Cup star Ian Poulter. He paraded the Ryder Cup around Highbury, did a Paul McGinley on it from Paul's visit to Croke Park a few weeks ago, but Ian Poulter out in his Arsenal shirt with the Ryder Cup, which really has been brought to all over Ireland and Britain the last while. The players bringing it to various sporting events, and it's here at Highbury today. Arsenal leading by 2-1, second half underway. Will it be 49 matches unbeaten for Arsenal? They're in position to do it, but a long way to go. And if the second half is half as good as the football we were treated to in the first, well, then we're in for a cracker. Brilliant game of football, and Villa, as the boys are saying at half-time, have certainly played their part. Here's Pires to Lauren, faced with Whittingham, Villa's first replacement during the first half for Gareth Barry, who was injured. Pires, Fabregas, Bergkamp, Lauren. Whittingham managed to get the foot in, but it's come back for Fabregas. Misplaced his pass for once. Hendrie. Vassell is free. Now Davis taking up a good position over here. Vassell running at Toure. Darius Vassell being forced wide. It was good defending from Toure to hold him up. And Vieira's come across there, but he's conceded a free kick.
I think that was an unnecessary challenge from Patrick Vieira there. He wasn't really going anywhere. Vassell, he was heading towards the corner flag. Toure had done a good job defensively on him. And it's a free kick right on the byline in a dangerous position for Villa. They'll push the big boys up from the back.
Mellberg, the defender, Villa's joint top scorer this season with 3 goals. 2 marking him at the moment. And Lehmann, at the second attempt, manages to get it. Almost fell over his own player, who was Kolo Toure. Lehmann played for Germany in a friendly last weekend. It was played in Iran. By all accounts, did very well. Davis. Mellberg going long, flag up for offside. Carlton Cole. Kolo Toure happy with the footwear. He's come such a long way from, we remember, was it September of last year when Arsenal were beaten 3-0 by Inter Milan here in the first game in last season's Champions League. And Toure and others really had such poor games for Arsenal that night. But Toure just seems to get better and better every match we see him. Fabregas to Henry. Bergkamp. Pires is ahead of him. Mellberg, vital interception by the Villa skipper. Arsenal possession. McCann in quickly ahead of Patrick Vieira.
I think Dave O'Leary obviously would be wanting to get something from this game now, but I bet he said to the Villa players, yes, by all means attack, but be very, very careful we don't commit too many people forward. I think Ray said it at half-time. If you do that, Arsenal, they're at the most dangerous when they're on the break.
De La Cruz is given away by Campbell. Vassell. McCann. Melbourne. Hendry. Cole miscontrolled it. Fabregas just always seems to be there, ready to take the ball back, and he did it very well for Arsenal there. Now going long. Henry is onside. Reyes behind him. Bergkamp across there, blocked by Delaney. Hendry. Too high for Vassell. Oh, Campbell and Toure getting wires crossed. De La Cruz. He's running it for them, Fabregas. Pires. Lauren overlaps. Whittingham. Fabregas. Vieira. Cole beating Toure in the air. Lehmann manages to hang on to it. Vassell was close to it. Now Fabregas again going long, but never going to find Henry with that effort.
Yeah, he was unlucky with the one before. Fabregas, he did pick Henry out. But that one, he was overhit the ball too much. But Henry is playing on this last man, Delaney, and they've got to be very careful because that ball is on over the top for Henry.
Hendry to Cole. Campbell doesn't let him turn. McCann. And now Samuel, a lot of space, been closed by Lauren. Whittingham, what will the cross be like? Well, not good enough to get past Toure. Samuel. Pires got the challenge in, that's still in play. And that's a goal kick. Samuel was last to touch it. Played off him by Lauren. Fabregas. Bergkamp. Henry makes his move. Delaney goes with him. Reyes coming up into a position on the back post over here. Henry getting free. Reyes has it now. Good kill. De La Cruz fouls him. Free kick coming up in a dangerous position for Arsenal.
I thought actually De La Cruz got the ball there. We shall see now. Yeah, I think Reyes showed him a little bit of it. He got the ball. Harsh decision by the referee.
Campbell is in there again, makes his move for Bergkamp. Not a good delivery. Henry. Pires. Fabregas. And Whittingham, it's a goal kick. And the referee had a shot having a word with the Villa captain Olaf Melberg about something that happened off the ball. He has never been far from the ball during this match, Fabregas. Asking Vassell to compete in the air against Campbell, a bit daft. Here's Bergkamp. Vieira charging forward, and here is Vieira. He's onside, now turns back for help. Gets it from Fabregas. Reyes. Showed too much of it to Gavin McCann. Lauren. Fabregas. Switched all the way across by Toure to find Vieira. Cole on the outside. That was De La Cruz. Such an important touch. Henry was free behind him. Cleared by Postma. Again, they're on the back foot, Aston Villa. And that was Samuel who fouled Pires. Free kick maybe gives them a little bit of a break. Vieira. Reyes. Henry. Reyes continuing forward. Here's Reyes for 3-1. Again, it was straight at the goalkeeper from the Spanish international. What a sweet move to play him in.
Well, brilliant 1-2 with Henry. Turns around the corner. Both of them turn around the corner. Henry, little back heel. And if he finds the far post there, it's a goal. But once again, straight at the goalkeeper.
Who has kept the score down. For how long more? Goes at the fist. Cole. Bergkamp. Fabregas. Cole. Henry. Almost took it standing. Now comes the pace and the run at De La Cruz. Henry's got away from him. Here's Reyes. Whittingham holds him up. Pires again. Somehow Postma manages to keep it out, and it's still 2-1. This is the chance again. And this is live with Pires, and Postma once more makes a save.
Well, Arsenal have upped the pace again in the last few minutes. Credit. Another batch of chances. Good save again from the standing goalkeeper, Postma.
McCann. Really good atmosphere around the ground. Melbourne. Cole. He's kept it in, but he's lost possession. Vieira. Reyes. Now Cole charging up on the outside. Reyes goes back in. McCann and De La Cruz got him. Bergkamp. Now Melbourne. That's a free kick to Aston Villa, and the pressure off their defence for the time being. And Melbourne having a word with Dennis Bergkamp, and he's going to be spoken to by the referee. He's got a yellow already, remember. And he's going to bring Juan Pablo Angel in. David O'Leary. And it's Carlton Cole who's going off.
Well, he hasn't started the second half as well as he was playing in the first half, Carlton Cole. But he did cause Arsenal some problems. They'll have to adjust the way they play the ball forward now, Villa. You know, they have to be getting into feet. There's not a lot of height there with Angel and Vassell. Be interested to see, can Angel have any impact? I think he's a good box player.
Just back from international duty with Colombia last night. Hardly ideal preparation for a game at Highbury. Pires. Campbell. Reyes came close to him. Henry slips into the gap. Reyes left. Bergkamp. Melberg, very important touch from Melberg. Hendry, they're still booing him. Delaney. Now Melberg. Hoofed forward towards Vassell. Campbell winning in the air easily. Lauren wants some movement. Here's Pires. Fabregas. Vieira. Henry. Vieira again. Reyes checking to stay on side. Fabregas. Strong in the challenge as well as everything else. Here's Laurent. Now Henry. Thierry Henry. Postma once more.
I think he'll remember his first game at Highbury. Postma probably made more saves today than he's ever had to do in any match.
Get the lottery numbers off him as well tonight. He's done really well to keep it at 2. Another Arsenal chance and another save, and he's only got 1 goal. Laurent. Outside of the boot from Vieira. Henry in his stride, and Delaney out of the game. Henry. 4 waiting in the centre. Here's Patrick Vieira. Fabregas free. Blocked by Melberg. Got out to him very quickly and made the block.
Well, he's frightening, Henry, isn't he, when he gets out on this left wing? I'm sure Delaney's dreading it anytime he has to get out there with him.
Laurent. Bergkamp getting away from Melberg, coming back at him. No foul. Angel putting pressure on Toure. Needing to bother. Fabregas. Delaney for once getting out in front of Henry. Hendry. Laurent. Pires. Laurent. Fabregas. Oh, and the deflection helps Reyes. Will this be 3? No! Well, maybe there will be something in this game for Aston Villa after all, because Arsenal have just created chance after chance. Reyes has had many of them, and Postma is keeping Aston Villa just a goal behind, and while they're only a goal behind, there is always a chance and an opportunity for Aston Villa. Maybe this will be it. Davis. Lee Hendry. Too much on the cross. He's not having a good second half, Lee Hendry. Samuel's challenge, and Vieira's hurt. Vieira put his arm up in the air straight away. A card for Samuel, it'll be yellow.
I really didn't see. I thought that was a challenge from Samuel, who was going for the ball. I didn't think there was any intention to hurt Vieira there. It was a 50-50. Both went full for the ball. He caught him badly. Did look bad from that angle, but I thought live that he was going for the ball.
I think Vieira's reaction when the minute he hit the ground, he put his arm up in the air to signal that he was badly hurt, and I think you can see why just there from that replay. I think Vieira's afternoon going to say will be coming to an end, but we'll see. Arsene Wenger has told the Arsenal substitutes to warm up. He wants to continue anyway.
Yeah, it did look quite bad. I think I called that one wrong first time, Darren.
Gets broken. Looking at that replay, actually, for a moment, you thought where he was caught right in the middle of his shin.
Well, probably the shin pad did its job to a certain extent.
And the ankle now causing concern for Vieira. But he's off the field receiving treatment. Subs are still warming up, but no word of any change at the moment from Arsenal. Still it's 2-1 to the home side. McCann. Samuel. Gassel trying to get in behind Lauren. Managed to get a touch to it, but Lauren has done very well. One of the few who was at training for the last 10 days or so for Arsenal, not on international duty with Cameroon. Bergkamp through the middle for Henry, but it's just been overhit. Vieira's back on his feet. Will he be allowed to continue by his manager and the physio? We'll see. Don't think he's going to be able to. Arsenal continuing with Fabregas in possession. And Davis hitting Fabregas late. Was that a yellow card offence? Vieira's going off.
Yeah, I think the substitute will be Mathieu Flamini. Close season signing from Marseille. I've watched him quite a bit in the reserves, Dara. He's a pretty energetic midfield player. Gets his tackles in. Got a chance now to impress on the big stage.
Well, let's see what he can do. Flamini on for the injured Patrick Vieira. Not good news for Arsenal as they head for Athens during the week to play Panathinaikos in their third Champions League match. Arsenal have a corner.
He's been very good today again, Dennis Bergkamp. He really is having an Indian summer as regards his career. Last season he was tremendous, and you just wonder, well, would that be it? And he's been every bit as good again this season. Fantastic professional.
Reyes with the corner. McCann got a head to it. Angel puts it out for another one. Pires and Henry just discussing their options. Taken short to Henry. That's Hendry beside him. Dennis Bergkamp now wearing the captain's armband. Came off Whittingham. Using his strength to hold off Whittingham and retain possession for Arsenal. Cole. Reyes. Reyes taking on Samuel. Fabregas. Cole. No way past Hendry that time. De La Cruz. Flamini certainly can handle himself physically. You can see Fabregas to Lauren. One avenue closes, they open up another one down the far side with Lauren. Henry. Got his cross in, Delaney with a straightforward clearance. Angel. And now McCann pumped forward for Vassell to chase. Campbell, always favourite, goes through to Lehman, who looked after it very comfortably. Pires. Now Bergkamp flag up for offside.
Yeah, we were right in line here, Dara. Just shaded offside, Dennis Bergkamp. Half a yard. Good decision from the linesman.
Toure's header. Samuel McCann. That's an Arsenal ball. Just dropped 2 points so far this season, Arsenal. Won 7 games. If they were to win here today, they'd set a new record for the best ever start to a Premiership season by a club after 9 games. Currently held by Newcastle United from 95-96. And is there a way back into this match for Aston Villa? The way the game has gone and the chances Arsenal have had, a point would be pretty remarkable. Well, it's very possible at 2-1. Arsenal throwing. Flamini, Pires, Fabregas, Reyes, Campbell, Fabregas. Second time involved in the move. Henry just breaks down at his feet. Davis goes back to the safety of Postma. It'll come straight back at him, no? Jean Tigana in the crowd at Highbury. He'll feel at home amongst all the Frenchmen around here. Flamini, Bergkamp. Oh, they've got Flamini in here. Henry, and now look at Pires, completely free. It has to be 3, and is. It's 3 more points surely now for Arsenal as they head for 49 matches unbeaten. It's been coming.
What a wonderful goal. You know, another example, and probably as good as you'll get, of how Arsenal can pass a ball quick and early and open defences up. Fantastic goal. Great vision from Henry when it comes to him. He knows Pires is in behind him. He's just had a quick look. There you go. Score. Bang. I mean, he's done well. Picked Henry out. He's a good finisher as well, Roman Pires. He gets double figures most seasons, goals. How many has he got this year, Dara?
This is up to 5 now. After only 9 games, well, this is Arsenal's 9th game. And surely there is no way back for Aston Villa. 2 behind, Hendry. His lead goal does seem an awful long time ago now. Reyes to Henry, and Reyes has gone down. Was it Lee Hendry? Yellow for him.
I mentioned him in the first half. He's always getting himself into trouble unnecessarily, Hendry, either speaking to the referee or making stupid fouls. I think that's a little bit of retribution for what went on in the first half. Just kicked out of him.
That's unbelievable. Well, I think if Aston Villa lose their discipline and their composure now, they could be on the end of a real hiding. As it is, they're 3-1 down. Whittingham given away far too easily. Davis snapping in at Pires. Samuel. Flamini to Bergkamp. Henry moves ahead. Flamini. Samuel. McCann. Angel. Hendry. Angel appeared to handle it. Referee says no. Hendry is to his left. Here is Lee Hendry to Davis.
Well, I think that's a little bit of experience there, Davis. Good little move from Aston Villa. Angel did well. But really that ball was coming too quickly at him to snap shoot like that. Got some good youngsters though, Villa. Been quite impressed with them. Maybe not defensively, but you have 4 or 5 really good youngsters in the team.
De La Cruz stopping that attack developing, taking it away from Reyes. Jermaine Pennant on his way in for the home side. Reyes. Henry. Fabregas. Pires. Now Henry, denied by Delaney. Davis. Hendry. Big gap in the middle, now filled by Whittingham. It's come across to Vassell. Angel. Have they taken too much out of it? Did that take a deflection on the way through? Referee doesn't think so. It's a goal kick, and Arsenal can't make their change. Reyes is going off. Jermaine Pennant coming on in his place.
Well, Reyes has got a few goals this season already, but I think he'll be rearing today. He could have maybe had a couple more under his belt. Had a good second half though. When you consider he's only 20, I think he turns 21 in December. He's got a great career ahead of him, Reyes.
So is this man, Jermaine Pennant, spent last season on loan at Leeds, another youngster, full of confidence like everybody in this Arsenal squad, it appears, and he's played some decent games for Arsenal so far this season. Here is Pennant. Bergkamp. Foul. Referee right on top of that. McCann and Davis around Bergkamp. Pennant. Well, that's still in play. No, it's not. Goals just keep on coming for Arsenal, now up to 29 for the season in the Premiership. Henry took a knock in the face. That's a free kick to Villa. Pires. Hendry. Whittingham unable to get across in time. Toure. Cole. Great finish. Campbell. Henry. Vassell. If Aston Villa are going to come away from Highbury with something, well, they need to do and get about it pretty quickly, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Pennant. Bergkamp. Flamini. Pennant. Taking on Samuel. And that's a free kick to Arsenal. Samuel holding on to Pennant as he tried to get by him. Tough afternoon for David O'Leary. 722 first-team appearances for Arsenal. Really on the receiving end from the 2004 version here today. Cole. Flamini. Lauren. Henry. Sweet football again. Tennant's cross. De La Cruz had to get to it because Pires was free behind him. Hendry. Fabregas. Really did well to hang on to that. Will Gilberto or Edu get back into the central midfield position when they're available again? Fabregas has laid down a big marker here today. Hendry. Deflected off Cole. De La Cruz. No option but to go long. And just inviting Arsenal back onto them. Tennant. Something else for Arsenal. Here they come once more with Lauren. Looking for more goals. Dennis Bergkamp trying to chip the goalkeeper. Not today.
I could see that coming. I've seen him do that so many times. He actually pretends to set up to whack the ball, but I think Postma has seen it as well. He's Dutch, isn't he, Postma?
Yeah.
Probably seen it since he was a baby.
Flamini. Given away. De La Cruz now. Campbell is with them, so too Cole. And it was Cole who took it back. Oh, that caught Vassell straight in the face. He's gone down, and the referee sensibly stops play, wants the physio on to treat Darius Vassell. And that really did hurt.
Been a very good performance from Arsenal, considering many of the players have been away during the week playing international football. You know, the England players, Cole and Campbell, they're a long way to go. Azerbaijan, if that's the right pronunciation, is it, Darren?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a good week for the England players. I think he'll... I see Van Persie over there just about to come on. I think he'll give one of the senior players, perhaps Bergkamp, a bit of a rest now. He won't be travelling to Athens during the week.
It's frightening, really, for a lot of the other teams in the Premiership, for the rest of them, when you think a lot of, well, 15 of their internationals away from the club for the last 10, 12 days. And as Liam was saying, Wenger only had a chance to have one full training session with all of them here. And they've put in this sort of performance against Aston Villa. Still time for Villa to do something, but it would be a remarkable turnaround. Angel. Samuel sending it in early. Hendry is free. The marking not good. He couldn't get the touch on it. And is that the chance gone from Aston Villa? Came to Hendry on his left foot. Couldn't get it past Lehmann in the Arsenal goal. And here they come. Thierry Henry easily getting there ahead of Delaney. Henry. Pires. Lauren. Tennant. Fabregas. Flamini. Fifth appearance of the season for Arsenal as a substitute today. Just overhit. Van Persie coming in. And it's Robert Pires who is going to make way. Scored his goal, the really crucial goal in this match, the third one after 71 minutes. And with an eye on Wednesday's trip to Panathinaikos, Pires heads off when the hard stuff has been done. Another youngster, another super prospect as well. On Gale of Aston Villa, Hendry. Just over 5 minutes to go. And Tennant played through by Lauren. Van Persie getting into the penalty area. Samuel put pressure on Tennant.
Yeah, it was a good run from Tennant. He spun, good ball from Lauren. Poor cross though. Could maybe have taken a touch. I don't think Arsenal had many players in the box anyway, so I think Tennant would have been better off taking a touch, waiting for support.
Put up by Melberg. Well, it looks as if with just about 5 minutes to go that the majority of the Arsenal fans are going to get their wish that they're going to be going to Old Trafford tomorrow week to try and make it to that unbelievable figure of 50 matches unbeaten in the Premiership against Manchester United. Won the league there a couple of seasons ago. That was significant, but would be a very significant occasion for them to be able to get it to 50 at Old Trafford.
Well, it's going to be some game. You know, Man United, I watched them this morning. They've got all their players back fit now. You know, they've got a forward line of Ronaldo, Giggs, Rooney and Van Nistelrooy, so it's going to be a tough game for Arsenal. But if they play like they have today, they could come away with the record intact.
Here's Henry. Scored one goal in this match for Arsenal. Melberg, that was intended for Tennant, but couldn't find him. Bergkamp. Oh, great feet from Van Persie, just ran out of space. McCann. De La Cruz. Well, De La Cruz doing well for Aston Villa, 3 in the penalty area, but he didn't count on Ashley Cole being right there. Aston Villa very worried about Cole, Ashley Cole, before this match and the runs forward he makes. He did make a few of them today, but the danger, well, it was all over the park for Arsenal, not just from Cole. Arsenal throw in. Hendry's treatment from some of the supporters here almost over. And Aston Villa will have to wait until next season. It'll be 12 years since they last won at Highbury. Gave themselves a pretty good chance by taking the lead here after 2 minutes, but Arsenal just irresistible from then on. 2.5 to go. Here's Bergkamp. Can they get a fourth goal? Henry's in there, McCann and Delaney combine. And Samuel, very risky pass in a dangerous area. Flamini, corner. Really didn't need to concede that. Last touch was from Whittingham. Toure's in there again. Campbell, as you'd expect. Great whip on that. Melberg. Toure. Campbell trying to keep it alive, doesn't manage it. Whittingham of Aston Villa. 2 forward, Arsenal with plenty of players back to deal with this. On Gale, swept across to Davis. Cole close to him. Angel, Hendry, that's been overhit. Kept alive by Hendry and then taken out of play. He just wants to go home. Mr. Eriksson, the England manager, has seen enough. Does get to see plenty of matches, doesn't he?
Well, it's a pity for Gareth Barry getting injured so early in the game, because, you know, England do have a problem down that left-hand side. Was it perhaps a chance for Barry to stake a claim? Both the English players and the Arsenal team have done well. I think Ashley Cole looks a little bit tired after his games for England in the last 10 days. And Villa have a chance to get consolation here.
Well, they need a much better corner than that. It was a poor effort from Whittingham. De La Cruz will take the throw in. Angel. Hendry. Cole always going to get there. They have another throw in. We'll have 2 additional minutes at the end of another superb afternoon for Arsenal Football Club. McCann, no way through. Campbell just lifting it forward. It's come to Davis. Liam, sum it up. Very, very impressive performance from Arsenal after the shock of going behind so early.
Yeah, they were patient. They played their football. It is a tremendous performance from Arsenal. The entertainment value that this team has given over the last 18 months has been absolutely phenomenal. You know, week in, week out, they go, they attack. And in Henry and Bergkamp, Reyes, they've got 3 of the best forwards in the world. Perhaps Bergkamp, we know, has had his day in that classification, but he's still a top-notch player in the Premier League. And they provide tremendous entertainment.
Now here's Fabregas. Henry is over here. And Delaney able to get a foot in. Aston Villa's agony just about over. Arsenal heading for 49 matches unbeaten. Here's Davis. McCann. Villa 6th in the Premiership last season. David O'Leary today speaking about the gap between the top 3 and the rest in leagues within the Premier League. Well, there's a big gap between Arsenal and Aston Villa. David O'Leary will need money to try and close that, but as it stands, it's more than just points. Arsenal, having gone behind early on, the quality, the belief, the confidence still there. They didn't panic. Pires brought them back on terms with a penalty after 18 minutes. Henry, with his 10th goal against Aston Villa in the last 4 years, put them 2-1 up, and Pires with just the 1 goal for Arsenal in the second half. They won, and they have won by 3 goals to 1, and they go to Old Trafford tomorrow week to try and make it 50 matches unbeaten in the Premiership against Manchester United. Such an impressive performance. It could have been so many more, but Postman